Hi everyone, Jan here from Fursdon House again. I've been on a creative binge lately and I've been working with a lot of botanicals. I was actually getting very impatient, hoping the flowers that I was pressing were finished. My husband made me this huge flower press and I was like, oh, I think they're done, I think they're done. And finally I decided they were done. So I took them out and checked them out, and yes, they were ready. So what I've done here, I've created two packets of two envelopes, and inside the envelopes are a selection of 6 what I'm calling journal cards, although they're not really any place to journal on them. They're strictly for your journal, just to show the beauty of the flowers that have been pressed. And they almost remind me of cabinet cards, except they're not photographs, obviously. But anyway, it came to me and I thought, this is what I came up with. They will be listed in my Etsy shop, and I'll put a link below for that. But as I said, there are 2 offerings here. And let's go ahead and get started. The size of the envelope, it's a vellum envelope, and it's about 8 1/4 by 6 1/4. And they're both, of course, the same size. And the papers that I've used to make the cards are from Jim Holtz, his Wallflower selection of papers, and also the K & Company's designer papers called Life's Journey. Those are the 2 that I've listed in here. And let's go ahead and open them up. Put this over here. I've given you a vellum envelope that you can use, take the cards out, use them throughout your journals, and then you can just use the envelope for anything you'd like to use it for. I love vellum. I love the scrunchiness of it and the sound it makes. And so anyway, on each card is just random sizes, random shapes, and what I've done is put the name of the flower. I wrote that in. I started to do some script, but I thought, no, I want to handwrite it, so we'll just see how it turns out. So anyway, this is the first selection. This is called Red Wine Weigela. I had to look that one up to find out how to pronounce it. Even though it is Weigela, you pronounce it Red Wine Weigela. And there's the reverse. And they came together really quick yesterday, and I really loved them, and I thought, well, let's just keep going with it and see where it heads, and sure enough, I had fun with it. Here we have a red rosebud. Isn't it sweet? I just love the botanical look. And for those of you who know that I'm an Edith Holden fan and frequently use her work, there is nothing Edith Holden in this video or in these tags. You could use them in your Edith Holden journals, but they are not a part of what I'm offering. So that was a bit of a getaway there for me, but it's nice to do other new things. Here obviously we have a red rose. I just love these papers. And that's just acetate holding them in. Here we have Salvia. I think this is Coreopsis. It's a wildflower. My husband literally pulled over the side of the road and picked it for me because he knew that I was going gaga trying to find all these different flowers and things. And he also bought me a bunch of wild flowers that, well, they weren't wild. They were growing in pots and stuff. But these were on the side of the road, and I Googled it, and I think it's Coreopsis. If I'm wrong, I apologize to whoever I need to apologize to. They're pretty yellow flowers with sort of a rusty brown center. And here we have an hydrangea. This hydrangea was actually from last year's things that I had dried and pressed. This year, the hydrangeas are pink. Last year, they were purple. Go figure. It's rather interesting, but I've always heard it depends on where you plant them, and we did move them around some, so I just thought it was so beautiful. I think this is probably one of my favorites, if not the favorite. Beautiful hydrangea. But anyway, as I said, these will be listed in my Etsy shop, and I'll put the link below, but you get 6 cards in each envelope. So let's put these here, and we'll go over the other one. The envelope has a little closure of Velcro, and I've just made a sticker by pressing 2 cutouts that were identical and just, gluing them together, and then putting a little bit of Velcro on there so that they'd stay closed. And here we have the second set. And this is a pansy. Pansies do so well for pressing and preserving flowers. They're just one of the easiest ones, and they're so striking. And it's nice that you can see the reverse as well. Just fun. And here we have Bleeding Heart. This is also known as Fuchsia. I grew up thinking of it as Bleeding Heart. My husband knew it as Fuchsia, and I think it was my mother, excuse me, my mother who told me, yep, they're one and the same. One is a common name and the other one is a more technical term. So, but they are beautiful. They're hanging in our on our front porch in hanging pots. They're so beautiful. Gardenias. It didn't do as well as I wanted it to. I was hoping it would stay white, but it didn't. But they look like little starry flowers. They're so pretty and sweet smelling. Goodness. But that's the gardenia. And here we have crepe myrtle. This is the white or the cream color crepe myrtle. We also have some dark pink and some lavender, but they're so tall I couldn't even get to them. But the white is just loaded with blossoms. And we have a red rose. I don't remember if I showed you the reverse of the crepe myrtle, so there it is. Can't remember. And then the last one is a mimosa. We have mimosas growing around here, not on our property. And again, my husband, you can see it's faintest purple. This was one of the others that he stopped for on the side of the road for me. And he's out there in this busy roadside picking off mimosas, and gosh, he spoils me. I love him to death. And so he got these for me, and surprisingly, they have a very, very sweet, a light sweet scent. It was so nice. I mean, by the time we got home, he had picked about a dozen of them, and by the time we got home, the car was just full of this sweet scent, and it was just lovely. We had a mimosa when I was growing up on a farm, and it was my tree. My brother had one tree. I don't know what kind it was, but my tree was the mimosa, and I loved it, and it was a great climbing tree. And every time I see mimosas, that's what I think of. It's just so pretty. I was afraid, we did this after it had rained, and I was afraid there wouldn't be any left, but they survived. So there's the second set. And again, here's the other set. So it'll be two separate sets. And I'll be putting those on my Etsy shop. And I hope you're having a great day. It's very hot here, although it looks like it's about to rain again, so that's fine. It usually breaks some of the heat and the humidity. Hope you've had a lovely 4th of July weekend. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.